We're going to be working with creating a 3D mock-up of a jam jar for these two labels. So you'll remember these labels from earlier on in this module. So I'm going to create a bisection of or cross-section, but only half of it, of a jam jar so that we can use that to map the artwork. So I'm going to use my pen tool and I'm going to focus on artboard 1. And you can use a reference photo if you want to, it'll probably work better for you. I'm just going to do it kind of from memory, so just a very simple jam jar. There's the lid, and then let's go like that, and then just straight down, and then back to, let's try and get this lined up. I think I've turned my smart guides off, that's why I'm not getting a smart guide there, but that's fine. I'll select that, then Command or Control, click away, and then I'll take that, press D, and take my direct selection tool, select these 2 points, and make sure they're aligned. Okay, then I just want to fix some of these corners so that they're nice and rounded. So still direct selection tool, I'm going to take that and round it off a bit. This one, and there, whoops, missed that, there, and then let's go down to the bottom here. We'll take that one and round it, and this one and round it. Okay, so now I want to cut this into different parts. So the top will be a kind of silver or gold lid. So I'm going to take my scissors, that's my scissors tool, and zoom in a bit here, and I'm going to cut this where that lid will fit there, so it's a separate object. And then here will be a little bit of air before the jam starts, so I'll make that another cut there. So we've got 3 different cuts. This one, I'll set an outline of a gold color. Let's make it more like that, so I'll make it darker. This one, I'm just going to make it a light gray, just to represent an air part. And this will be the color of the kiwi fruit jam. So this will be more of a kind of kiwi fruit color. Okay, then I'm going to select the whole thing and group it and just make sure there's no fill. So we've just got those 3 outlines. Then I need to prepare my artwork here. So I'm going to take this kiwi fruit label, and I could just use it as it is, but sometimes things get kind of messed up if you do that. So I'm going to rasterize it into an image. So Object, Rasterize. I'm going to make sure that my background is transparent and that it's at 300 pixels per inch, and OK. And then in my Symbols panel, let me just get rid of that one I did before. I'm going to drag it in here and call it Kiwi Label. OK. So I've got that ready for mapping onto my jam jar. So now I'm going to select this object. I'm going to go to Effect, 3D, Revolve. Okay, so I can see straight away that this jam jar is too fat. So I'm going to take my direct selection tool. I'm just going to say OK. Take my direct selection tool, take these 2 points and just move them in a bit. Now it's too thin. Let's go with, okay, I think that's okay. Alright, now to continue editing this, I'm going to go back to my appearance panel, and I'm going to, let me just click back on the object, and then there's 3D Revolve. I'm going to click on that to open up that dialog box again. So it's important you do that. Don't go back to effect and apply a second revolve effect. That's going to mess you up. So now we need to map our artwork onto here. So I'm going to say map art, and I'm going to use this arrow to cycle through the different parts of this, and you'll see it highlights them in red until I get to the part where I want the label to go. So that's going to be the part. Now it might actually be the inside, so let's test it. So I'm going to take that kiwi label and let's just pop it over here and see what happens. Okay, so it's clearly not the right part, so I'm going to clear that and carry on going. Okay, so that must be the outside then. So I'm going to choose kiwi label. There we go. So I'm going to make it a bit smaller so it fits into this label area. Just excuse those dogs, they're my neighbor's dogs. Okay, so now I've got the label nicely mapped. I'm going to say shade artwork here, and it does warn me that it's going to be a bit slower. Okay, and then I can play around with some of the settings here. So maybe I want the light intensity to be a bit higher, and I want highlight intensity, highlight size, maybe I want that to be a bit smaller. Okay, and then lighting, I'm going to add another light and I'll put it on this side, and I'll make that less intense, maybe bring it down to about 40%. Okay, so you can play around with this until you get exactly what you want. So that's mapping artwork to a 3D object using the Revolve 3D effect. So what I want you to do is, for the peach marmalade label, I want you to design your own jam jar. Can be different to mine, just try and keep it fairly simple. I want you to convert this artwork into a raster image like I did, and then I want you to apply the Revolve effect and map the artwork to your bottle. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you next time.